All right, welcome back to the Daily BS. You can find us at barbellshrug.com. I got a question from Nate on Twitter. He says, what's a good macro breakdown during high volume training cycles? So basically what Nate's referring to is the macronutrient breakdown. How much carbs, fat, and protein should I be eating when I'm doing high volume training cycles? So if you follow the zone, you'll know that you're supposed to be getting 40, 30, 30 roughly. If you've kind of moved on past the zone and you're doing more of a paleo diet and you don't really follow the zone and weigh your food anymore, for the most part, if you're on a paleo diet, you're probably hitting a similar type ratio. That's okay if you have kind of a normal amount of training volume. If you're training, 3, 4, 5 days a week, that's probably okay. If you're training, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15 sessions a week, and you're training twice a day, in some cases 3 times a day, which a lot of high-level athletes do, then you're probably going to need, the easiest way to say this is that you're probably going to need more carbohydrates than that at a lot of your meals. So let's back up just for a second and talk about the 3 components to kind of selecting your nutrition. Number 1, we always think about food quality first, then nutrient timing, and finally food quantity or volume of food as the 3rd thing. So regardless of your training volume, again, the first thing to consider is food quality. That basically means, are you eating high quality natural paleo food? Mostly meat, vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, and no wheat. So that is the first thing to consider. And for the most part, most of your regular meals will follow that kind of little mantra. You should be eating mostly meat and vegetables. Post-workout or right around your workout, either right before or right afterward, you can add some extra carbs to that mix. So for the first kind of anytime meal, if you follow John Berardi's stuff, he has an anytime meal plate, which we suggest something very similar for our athletes, where about a little over half of the plate is vegetables, about a sliver, about 1/8 is intentionally added in healthy fats, and about 1/4 of the plate is protein, usually a complete protein, some type of meat. So that's for the anytime meal. If you're following Berardi's precision nutrition model or his anytime meal plate, what they suggest also for post-workout, which is what I was getting into with the nutrient timing, is adding some extra carbohydrates to your diet. They have a meal plate for that too. Usually I simplify what they have and I basically just say, fill up half your plate with some type of protein, some type of meat, and fill up the other half of your plate with some type of starchier carbohydrate source. So you can add rice or sweet potatoes or whatever kind of more paleo-friendly starchy food you want. And if you have super high training volume, then getting those additional carbohydrates aren't going to make you fat. They aren't going to cause you to develop some type of metabolic disease state that you might get if you just crush carbohydrates all day long and didn't work out at all. Okay? If you're working out 10 times a week, you can eat those extra carbohydrates and be just fine, and it's only going to help your performance. Okay? So number 1 was food quality. Number 2 was nutrient timing, which basically meant get more carbs around your workouts. And then number 3 is food quantity or volume. So you want to make sure that first you're eating enough high quality paleo food. Then after you feel like you're eating enough high quality paleo food, you're eating at least 4 or 5 meals per day of high quality meat and vegetables. And then after that, you've added in some carbohydrates around your workout meals, your post-workout meals. And then after that, you want to keep that same structure and just add on top of those meals. Make those meals bigger. Add a little bit to your breakfast one day, and then if you feel like you're not recovered or if you're not gaining the muscle mass that you want to gain, then add a little bit to your lunch, and then add a little bit to your dinner, and then make your post-workout shake a little bit bigger. Continuing to tweak each and every meal, making each one a little bit bigger until you're gaining the weight, gaining muscle mass as fast as you feel like you need to, or if you're not trying to gain muscle mass, you at least feel like you're recovering or you have enough energy during your workouts to feel like you're getting a good training effect, you're getting stronger, your Metcon times are improving. The other component there is obviously not related only to nutrition, but you got to make sure you're getting enough sleep and you have proper programming. So there's a lot more in that we could go into besides just food, but for today, think about those 3 things: food quality, nutrient timing, and then food quantity or volume as your 3rd thing. So if you have more questions about that, you can reach us at barbellshrug.com. I also go into that in a lot of detail in the Faction Foods nutrition course.
If you like this video or any of our other videos, make sure to share it on your Facebook wall by clicking share, and then the Facebook icon, and then also like it. Thanks, Truck Thugs.